swear half of my coffee nowadays has like this essence of diesel to it. Diesel and dust. Farm coffee.
Like a lot of people, I've spent years looking toward distant horizons.
Now, I have been here to Tehuacan like many years ago.
The next trip. The next destination.
Walking to the pier, we're going to catch a boat ride. We're going to take a long-tail boat in the Klongs for about an hour.
The next adventure.
Holy shit!
And those things matter. But there's another kind of journey happening at the same time. One that's easy to overlook because it unfolds in the same place every day. Right here. On the same roads. In the same fields. Behind the wheel of the same combine.
The grind is officially here. We've got to that point of the year where it's just go, 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 go. Corn, corn, corn. It's getting really tiring and exhausting. And I'm all gummed up from all the dust and stuff. Had a really long, good day yesterday and got quite a bit done. And I'm looking to have another one. It is super windy today. I think they said it's like 32-mile-an-hour winds when I woke up this morning or something. It's just stupid. I suppose I should go back and talk about what happened with the whole fire thing. Gary had the bearings on his cylinder. One of them went out, and the collar was missing, and it started a fire inside the combine. And the problem is that's where all the flammable stuff is, or a lot of it. And so he kind of freaked out, ran it home, emptied a couple fire extinguishers on it, and then I got that phone call. I just got a call from someone that said we got a fire over here somewhere. That phone call, they had the wrong road. They were actually talking about the one Gary had. I didn't have a fire. As Gary left the field with the fire still a little bit going in his combine, it dropped some sparks or flaming material on the ground right at the edge of our field, and it burned a very small piece of ground. The neighbor, she goes out and walks the road fairly often, and she saw that there was a fire there, so she called her husband, and he came down with a big garbage can of water, I guess, or something, and doused it and put it all out. They called 911. But they didn't ever need to get there. They had it put out before they got there, and it was under control. Meanwhile, my aunt is back at home with the garden hose, hosing down the whole combine to make sure it doesn't erupt in flames. When you get a little spark or something inside, like if one of these gears in the front of the combine that's pulling all the grain through, if it sparks, that spark goes back up into where all the material is, and once you get a fire in there, usually you're done. I mean, there's nothing you can do to put it out. Just wait for the thing to burn down, and hopefully you can get your combine to a place like out on the road or in some green grass, which is still flammable, but a little less flammable, and just step away and call 911 and have them come hose you down, I guess. So that's kind of what happened with that. This morning I already got this greased and blown off, which is pretty simple to do when you have 30-mile-an-hour winds. There's not too much dust to blow off anymore since it's been blowing all night. Now I need to take the truck back to Gary so he can use the tools in the truck to work on his combine. He got some parts, and he's gonna have to redo that bearing. It's probably gonna be a complete pain in the butt. Anyway, I need to get working here.
We tend to believe that meaningful experiences happen somewhere else. On a trip to a different country, or at some future point in our lives. But I think that's probably backwards.
She's not feeling it this morning. Neither am I.
Meaning isn't something you travel to. It's something you recognize later, sometimes years later. None of what I'm doing here is extraordinary.
Oh, corn everywhere.
But I'd like to think all of it matters.
The main thing with doing this right is as soon as you get to this last spot, you don't jump it like that. Ah. What the fuck?
Harvest isn't the sort of adventure people usually dream about. There's no passport, no foreign languages, no rushing through the airport. In fact, most days are remarkably ordinary, which is exactly how you hope they stay when you're the farmer.
So yesterday I lost my air conditioner, which isn't a huge deal because it's cool out, but I am sitting on a 466 cubic engine right on the other side of this glass here, and it produces a lot of heat because it runs full throttle all day. I do have the fan, which is fine, but you need some sort of air pressure in here to keep the dust out there. So you gotta at least have the fan on. Unfortunately, my fan's really noisy and rattly, and if I turn it on while I'm talking to you, then you get this, which is really annoying. I don't remember where I stopped down here.
The French have a phrase, mise en place. Literally, it means everything in its place. Chefs use it to describe having every ingredient prepared and every tool exactly where it belongs before the cooking begins.
Let's go find our spot.
Farmers might not use the phrase, but we understand the idea.
Is that mud?
The combine starts, the grain cart is where it's supposed to be. The truck keeps moving. Nothing breaks, nobody gets hurt. Everything just works. Ordinary. And if you've been farming long enough, you learn to appreciate ordinary.
What is that? That's really weird looking.
These aren't the days people tell stories about, but they're the days that make everything else possible.
It's some sort of mold, fungusy thing. I don't want to open it up in here. I'll get spores in here. That was really unusual.
Every season of life is temporary. These fields won't always look like this. I won't always be climbing into this combine. And one day, this ordinary harvest day will be something I can only revisit through memory. The people who live extraordinary lives aren't necessarily the ones who travel the farthest. They're the ones who remain curious, the ones who understand that meaning isn't waiting somewhere else. It's here, right now, in whatever road, field, city, or country happens to be in front of them. For me today, that place is a Nebraska cornfield.
Sometimes people ask me if I get bored when I'm riding in the combine. And actually, no, there's lots of things going on. And one of the games I play is, let's take this row and see where it goes. Because sometimes you kind of forget where you planted. And then you're like, well, I don't know. Is the bin going to fill up before I get to the end? If I go here, am I going to have a way to get out? I kind of played that game this morning. I didn't do this on purpose, but the bin is filling up, but I think, oh no, I think we're going to make it. And we're going to have to take a drive back because we're not going to get anywhere with that full of a bin. See if we can figure out what grain prices are doing today. It went down 3 cents on the corn this morning so far, and the beans went up 1.50 cents. So basically nothing.
Tomorrow will probably look a lot like today. Another field, another load of corn, another sunset over Nebraska. And that's not a complaint. It's a reminder that some of the best parts of life arrive disguised as ordinary days.
What has happened to it all? Crazy summer say. Where is the light that I recognize? But I won't cry for yesterday. There's an ordinary world. Somehow I have to find. And as I try to make my way to the ordinary world, I will learn to survive.
Little candy bar for dessert. All right, back to work. Really annoying. The wind is so strong. It's blowing all the leaves and everything over to one side of the head, and then they won't go in and it won't push through. So it'll just keep making a big pile of stuff until I get to the end of the row, and then it'll do the same thing on the other side. Thank God we're almost done with this side.
Vacuum of my heart. What is happening to me?
It's time to stop for the day. I just did the dumbest thing. I had 2 loads to take up to the co-op. I took one up, I came back, and then lost track of where I was at in the process. And I just got in the tractor and brought it back out and stationed it, hopped in the combine, started going, filled up the bin, and then went ahead to unload, and I got to the wagon, got a full load on it, and then my brain just turned to mush. Like, I must have sat there for about 3 minutes and going, what happened? What did I do? Did I fall asleep? Did I go through a time warp or what? And then I realized you didn't take the second load up, and by the time I realized that and all that, I wasn't gonna be able to get anything up. So I'm taking that as a sign that I need to stop before I break something or get hurt or do something stupid. So that'll be it for today, and we're actually in pretty good shape, I think. Should be able to knock this out tomorrow, hopefully. I guess I should say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to do the thing down there with the buttons, and I'll see you tomorrow.
The world is full of places worth exploring. Sometimes we just forget that the place we're standing is one of them.